Danielle Mark. That's right. Is it Miss or Mrs. Mark?
Miss Mark.
Miss Mark. And where are you from?
From Paris.
From Paris?
Yes.
Oh, France, not Kentucky. Oh, that's wonderful. It's nice to have you with us. Miss Mark, may I present our panel? And now would you join me over here, please? Tell me, do you know how we keep score? How we keep score on What's My Line? All right, fine. If you know how we keep score, we'll let the audience here in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. We can tell you that Miss Mark is salaried and deals in a product, and we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Miss Mark, does your work with the product bring you into contact with either the entertainment or the fashion industry?
Yes.
I would say here, Bennett, for your sake, I'm going to give you a no, because while it's true that the work that Miss Mark does would bring her into contact in some way, it would be tangential and certainly not necessary or critical to the proper functioning of her particular service. So that's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallon.
Mademoiselle, could a man do what you do? Yes. Would you say that there are men in America doing what you do? Whee! Yes. Do you think? Is this product something that would be too large for me to hold in my hand? No. No.
No. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Gable.
Danielle. May I call you Danielle?
Of course, yes.
Thank you.
Be careful at all times.
I notice that you have a very healthy color, Miss Mark. Do you do your work or exhibit your product, so to speak, outdoors?
Yes.
Is your product, and perhaps yourself, Miss Mark, in any way associated with anything athletic?
No.
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Benson.
Yes.
What did you have in mind, Martin?
I'm just doing my job here.
Indeed you are. Is this a product that I might use, Miss Mark?
Yes.
Is it a product that is consumed?
Yes.
I think Miss Mark is being extraordinarily fair. I think ultimately
Out of respect to my husband.
Out of respect to your husband. I think ultimately we can concede that the product which Miss Mark handles is consumed in one way or another, but we would not wish to convey to you that as a direct result of her handling of the product that it is consumed.
All right. Then may I ask this, is it a product that might be put upon the person? Might it be worn or carried on the person?
No.
No. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Sir.
Is this a product, however, Miss Mark, that a person would use to either improve their looks or their health?
No.
No. No. But you're speaking of application here. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Would you say, Danielle, if I may call you Danielle, that a person...
It's all right with me, darling.
Would you say that a person could live and die without having this and it would be all right? You could get along without it. It's not like soap or food or anything like this. Yes. May I assume that this is not food at all? It's not wearing apparel, and it's found out of doors, but you don't carry it out of doors, right?
Well, no, it hasn't been elicited as to whether Miss Mark carries it outdoors.
Well, I mean, a person does not. The person who purchases, I believe Arlene elicited that it was not carried or worn on the person.
Well, not carried or worn on the person specifically. It hasn't been elicited as to whether or not an individual could or would carry it.
Well, I suppose if it's going to get outdoors, somebody has to put it there. Is that the idea? All righty. Now we have something out of doors that I could carry in my hand, but I'm not likely to, right?
No, he didn't say you weren't likely to.
Oh, all right. I apologize. But this is something that I might own, too.
I would think that's fair to say, wouldn't you? May I call you Danielle?
You might have to meet Martin in the Tuileries.
But Martin and I have an agreement. It's 700 pages.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
With much. And, John, you have an advantage over me. My wife is president.
I'm
right.
starting late, but I finish very strong.
Danielle, is this product solid rather than liquid?
Excuse me.
Is it solid rather
Solid.
than liquid? Solid rather than liquid. Is it a solid rather than a fluid? Liquid. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
If I saw this thing outside, would it be attached to anything else
Yes.
when I saw it?
Not necessarily. It might be with others of the same character, but not attached of necessity to something else. So that makes it 6 down and 4 to go. I'm going to give you 1 minute.
Have we established, John, whether or not it's animal, vegetable, or mineral?
No.
Is it vegetable?
No.
Danielle. Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, because
No, you see, in America, I don't know, you may do it in France, we play games as little boy. Everything is animal, vegetable, or mineral matter. So this is vegetable matter and therefore vegetable.
Would it, to narrow it further, would it be considered fruit?
No. 7 down and 3 to go, Miss Francis.
Is there anything entertaining about this product? Would one use it to amuse oneself or enjoy life more if one had the product?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Is it something that is used in a game of any kind?
Well, it all depends if you're swatting somebody. Now, I'm going to tip
What
them
is
all
it,
over. You
fly
don't even
swatter?
seem to be close. It's, you know, sometimes you fold a newspaper up and you swat things with it or swat people. Danielle is a newspaper saleswoman. I guess you call her a news girl. She sells the New York Herald Tribune
On
Paris
streets of
edition
Paris.
on the Champs-Élysées.
Oh.
Not entirely, I believe, on the Champs-Élysées, but mostly on the Champs-Élysées.
Champs-Élysées.
On the Champs-Élysées mostly, and been doing it for a year. You still hope one of these days to finish your education as a secretary and work in the Parliament,
Exactly, yes. And I'm very, very happy to be here. And I'm here to make a celebration of a new New York Herald Tribune which comes in the next Sunday.
Well, I must say, if the New York Herald Tribune needs or feels the desire to celebrate, they are doing it in the best tradition possible.
What are they going
What
to
is that? I
celebrate?
didn't hear it.
We didn't hear that. What is the Tribune going
They
to
have a new
celebrate?
Sunday edition coming out next Sunday, and they're celebrating it with as a new milestone in the Herald Tribune's
Miss
history.
Mark, they're certainly going about it in the right way.
Yeah. It's a great tradition. I know you know that Herald Tribune Paris edition of yours is as famous as our home edition in many ways. Eric Hawkins and Bob Sturtevant recently wrote a book on the
Hawkins of the Tribune.
Hawkins of the Tribune, and
It's a marvelous newspaper, and anytime one is in Europe, it's a great kick to be able to get it and find out how the Giants or the Mets are doing.
Did you usually get yours from Danielle?
Yes. Danielle, thank you very much for being our guest. It's nice to have you with us. We'll meet tonight.